Goodbye, January, and hello, February. World could very much happen. So it's like, I gotta be prepared. That's why I have a survival kit in my basement. He's fine, okay? Damn man, I need him to get out of this book and date me, okay? She's that girl, okay? The suspense, the thrill, like truly had me shooketh. He had a camera installed in her room, okay? I was scared of thriller and murder mystery. Now look at me. Look at me getting out of my comfort zone. Period. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another book video, more specifically my January wrap up. Goodbye January and hello February. January was an amazing month for me when it comes to reading, resetting, decluttering, getting my life together. Like January, I really set a good routine when it comes to work, reading, life, content, and I had a very great reading month. I read outside of my comfort zone, which is one of my reading goals, and truly it was a fun month for me. Basically, in these wrap-up videos, I'm going to be sharing my top books of each month and also giving you guys like my stats, what I've read, and all of that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it because I got a lot of books to share and talk about. First, let's talk stats. Let's sit down. All right, so stat-wise, for the month of January, I read 30 books. That's like basically like a book a day. It did not happen like that. The first week of January, I did like a reading weekend with my bestie, and I basically like binge read. I read lots of good books. I read fantasy, romance. I read some arcs and some physical books that have been sitting on my TBR. And also one of my reading goals is to keep my TBR under 10. So in the beginning of the month, I read lots of like romance, arcs, and books that were sitting on my TBR for a little while. Then in the middle of January, I was like a little bit in a slump or just wasn't in the reading mood, so I didn't read much. And then after that, I read a bunch of books and I was in the reading mood. There were new releases, good romance books, and truly it was a great month. So in the month of January, I read 30 books. And that's kind of around where I feel like I read. I read around like 20 something books a month, about like 4 to 5 a week, depending on the week. Month of January, I had 5 5-star reads. So these were 5 books that I gave 5 stars that were amazing. And yeah, I was expecting more, especially like 5 out of 30 isn't a lot, but I feel like I've been better at not just giving it a 5-star just because the ending was good. And we'll get into it when I share like my top books. But I had 5 5-star reads. I read 6 romances, 10 fantasy books. So I read more fantasy this month than anything. And yeah, that's kind of cool because usually romance is kind of my top one, but in January I read a lot more fantasy and it was really cool. I read 5 graphic novels, which I'm actually happy about because I feel like last year, the beginning of the year, I barely read any graphic novels, whereas lately I've been doing my thing and reading a good amount of each genre that I love. And then I read 4 books outside of my comfort zone, 2 of them being Frida McFadden books that truly, wow, I think I'm a thriller murder mystery girl because the suspense, the whodunit is just so good. So yeah, I'm very proud of my reading journey and my reading month. And I'm glad that I got outside of my comfort zone, read different genres. I read some thriller, I read some fantasy, graphic novels. And I also, started a book journal as well, which I absolutely love. I have a whole video. I basically have 2. I have my reading journal. So this I add all my different like stats and info and like add all the relevant stickers and stuff. Let me know if you guys want more like book journal videos, but I've just been filling them up and it's truly been such a fun time. So far, these are my top books of 2025 and this is like my January page, which is all filled up now because January is done, which is crazy. And then I have my book review journal, which basically I just keep my top reviews on here. So yeah, January has been a good month, baby. So yeah, those are my stats. Now let's get into my top books of the month of January. All right, so the first book that we're going to talk about that I don't have physically, but I absolutely loved is Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. It's a dark romance that truly was so funny, so hot, so dark. Please read the trigger warnings. Like, it was different, okay? He had a camera installed in her room, okay? Just to check that she's safe. Anyways, I absolutely ate it up and I cannot wait for the next one. That was, yeah. I've been reading a lot more dark romance and it truly has me questioning my sanity, but I absolutely love it. Okay, now we're gonna get more into my top books of the month. I had a great month, y'all. Okay, so as you guys saw, I read a lot of fantasy, and one of the things that made me read a lot of fantasy is I read the Percy Jackson series. I absolutely loved the movies when I was younger, and then there was the Disney Plus show with Walker Scobell, Leah, and and Arian as well, and I absolutely loved the Disney Plus show, and I was like, you know what? I should read the books. I ended up reading the first one, I think in the beginning of 2024, and then by the end of the year, I got this box set and I finished the series. I read Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan Curse, Battle of Labyrinth, The Last Olympian, and then I also read the Chalice one and the other one. So basically, I read the first 6. This series is humongous. I read the 6 books, The Sun and the Star. I absolutely love this series. It had me shook. I just felt so connected to Percy and Annabeth, and this was a whirlwind. I was shook. It was doing what it needed to do, baby, and I cannot wait for season 2 to come on Disney Plus. I ate up the series. I got this box set that's absolutely gorgina, and I ate up this series. Other books that I absolutely ate up, we have Spiral by Bal Cabra. Okay, I literally just posted my silent review of this book. I posted a bunch of short form when it comes to this book because this is my top book of January, because this had me giddy, delulu, shooketh. Spiciness was just doing what it needed to do. Basically, this is a hockey ex-ballerina romance that truly had me, oh! And also, we love a good fake dating trope. Like, basically, they were fake dating in order to kind of, like, clean up his reputation and help her get into this, like, ballerina show. And I loved their connection, and I loved how they helped each other get out of their comfort zone in different ways. And, like, Sage is very, like, independent, but you have him trying to support her, but also, like, knowing that she's independent. And she kind of taught her how to be more out there and having fun while also, being an athlete. Oh, no, I just ate it up. I gave it 6 stars. The spice was there. The connection was there. It just, and there were so many funny moments. And this book, top book of January. So good. Like, might be one of my top books of 2025. This romance was it. This is book 2 in the Off the Ice series. I absolutely loved Collide. I read it before it got traditionally published. And then I actually listened to the audiobook of this book on Spotify. And then I got the physical book. Absolutely amazing. This book was chef's kiss, and I will be patiently waiting for Revolve, which is book 3 in the series that comes out October 14th, 2 days after my birthday. Birthday gift? I think so. Bal did it with this one. So another thing is, like, Spiral literally just came out, and like I read it like a couple days after it came out and truly just ate it up. Like, the month of January, the new releases were hitting. Another new release that was hitting, we have Once Smitten, Twice Shy. This, I think, came out the beginning of January. This is book 3 in the Wilmot Sister series, which is actually over here. I absolutely love the Bergman Brothers series by Chloe Leese. And this is book 3 in the Wilmot Sister series. I always have this, like, Afterlight special edition book series in my background and my videos because it's so beautiful. This is the Afterlight exclusive. Absolutely loved this book by Chloe Leese. The romance was there. It's actually like this is kind of a modern reimagining of Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. Basically, like, Juliet is going through it when she had this breakup, and he hasn't really dated anyone and wants to, find his person. And also he's kind of getting, like, family pressure to find someone. So they kind of end up fake dating, but also, like, practicing for their future partner, but they end up slowly falling for each other. The dates are so cute. There's so many, like, awkward moments that just had me giddy and kicking my feet. Like, truly so cute. And Will has my literal heart. He's my book boyfriend. He's so cute. And this book ate. Okay, it ate. Full course meal over here. So good. So good. This was amazing. The new releases were hitting. As you guys know, I read a good amount of books outside of my comfort zone because that's one of my reading goals. An author that I got into more in January is Frida McFadden. She's that girl. Okay, the suspense, the thrill, like truly had me shooketh. And I feel like I'm a person that can really guess like what's going on. Nope, not with Frida. Frida does it every time. We have The Inmate and The Locked Door. I got both of these books on Book Outlet, and both of them had me shooketh to the core and on the edge of my seat, like absolutely ate it up. And I even got Bestie to start reading them. Last year, I read the Housemaid series, absolutely ate it up. And then I heard so many people saying you have to read The Inmate, you have to read The Locked Door, Boyfriend, etc., etc. I was like, okay. I get it. Shook it to the core. This one, you follow the FMC who gets a shift in jail, in the same jail as the guy that she like low-key convicted, like she low-key called the cops on. So you learn a lot about that. And then you have The Locked Door, which you follow Nora, who her father is literally a serial killer and is in jail. And then fast forward, she becomes a doctor and someone is killing the same way that her father used to kill people. And the killer is like in her old patients. So we're trying to figure out, like, we learn more about Nora, her dad, her colleagues, everyone around her, and you're just like, everybody's sus, okay? Both books, I was like, everybody's sus, I don't trust nobody. Everybody's sus. Ate these up. And I will now be reading way more Frida McFadden books because truly shook it to the core, amazing. So we have The Inmate, The Locked Door. Both of these were 5-star reads for me, like, truly wow. And I love that I'm reading outside of my comfort zone, okay? I was scared of thriller and murder mystery. Now look at me. Look at me getting out of my comfort zone. Period. Next, we have The Love Simulation by Etta Easton. This is a Black romance that truly, so cute. This is an arc, actually. It comes out March 4th, 2025. So go snatch it if you want to. This is a Black romance following two teachers that basically go in this like Mars simulation in order to win money to renovate a school. They kind of don't like each other because like he is the son of the principal and her and the principal don't really click because the principal is all about like football and she's more about like books, library, and that kind of stuff, you know, that clashing. And she's like, why are you here? Like, your father, I don't trust you. But they end up getting closer and he's fine. Okay, damn man, I need him to get out of this book and date me. Okay, he is my book boyfriend. The amount of book boyfriends that were added to my list this month was actually crazy. Like, actually crazy. Roman can get it, okay? Ooh, no, this book was good. So good. This had me giddy. Amazing. I absolutely love the Kiss Countdown by Etta. So I was very excited when I got the arc of The Love Simulation, which is kind of like book 2 in that series. And truly, chef's kiss, okay? Chef's kiss. I have Wilder Girls. This was another book that was outside of my comfort zone. It's a dystopian novel. I forgot about dystopian novels and dystopian stuff, which honestly, I forgot because I used to love a good dystopian movie like Maze Runner. Divergent, like, wow. Anyways, I actually thrifted this book, and I just thought the premise was very interesting. Basically, there's like this plague going on. The teachers would die by one. So a bunch of kids were kind of separated from like the adults, and basically you follow like this all-girls school that is navigating this like dystopian world, and you just truly, you can't trust nobody. Okay, like I truly was on the edge of my seat, shook it to the core, so many questions to be answered, and it was so cool. Like, this really made me want to read more dystopian novels because I was like, wow. But also I was like, this world could very much happen. So it's like, I gotta be prepared. That's why I have a survival kit in my basement. I hope you know. Even though I don't think I would survive very long in an apocalypse, but I like to think I'm prepared. You know what I mean? I absolutely ate this up. And then I also read Burn Our Bodies Down by Rory Power. And then also has another book that's coming out this year that I read. It's like a YA thriller, and the cover looks so good. The premise looks very interesting. So I got into Rory Power this month, and Yeah. We have Beg, Borrow, or Steal. This was also a new release that truly, chef's kiss. I don't know what the series is called, but I love the cheat sheet, rule book, Practice Makes Perfect by her. This book was so cute, so good, and had me falling for another man. Basically, you follow these two teachers that kind of have to work together because she did a mistake and he ends up helping her. They're arch enemies. He ends up moving next to her in this small town, and she thought she got rid of him, but turns out he's back in town, baby, and they get closer, all right. And yeah, I love forced proximity. I love a good enemies to lovers. I love love. I love love. And this one did it for me, babes. Sarah did it with this one. Okay, truly had me kicking my feet and hot and bothered. Okay, so the romances were hitting this month. Okay, the books in general were hitting. Okay, they did what they needed to do. Okay, I keep saying okay. Anyways, another romance that I absolutely gobbled up. We have Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. This was my January book club book of the month, and baby, it did not disappoint. Yeah, basically, you follow the FMC who has to go to her sister's wedding. Now you might be like, okay, well, her sister was a witch. No.
It's a video that lives in your head rent free.
Her sister was a witch, right? And what was her sister? A princess. A wicked witch of the East, bro.
Her sister's fiance is her ex. Awkward. But on the plane ride there to the wedding, which was in Tulum, she gets a little closer to her ex's best friend, and the rest is history, okay? On this week trip in Tulum for the wedding, they end up getting closer and kind of keeping it secret because it's like drama, okay? It's drama-filled. We love a good plus-size romance. Like, I truly felt like I could see myself in the female main character and fall in love, and it truly made me feel like I just need to go to Tulum and I will find the love of my life. Truly, I felt so seen as a plus-size Black woman, and we deserve love too, okay? And I just felt seen, loved. The drama was juicy, and truly, I ate it up. So make sure to go join my book club if you haven't already. It's on Fable. I'll put the link down below if you want to join. We basically just chat it up in the chapter rooms, and I absolutely love it. And for the month of February, we will be reading Real by Kennedy Ryan, and I'm so excited to dive into that in February. But yeah, absolutely ate up this book, and I will be reading more books by Natasha Bishop because her writing is chef's kiss. It was so funny, so juicy. The drama was there, babes. It was good. It was good. Okay. Next and last book I'm going to talk about is Onyx Storm. This was also another anticipated read. This is book 3 in the Empyrean series. We have Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and Onyx Storm. I was a little nervous getting into this book because I didn't really like Iron Flame. Like, Fourth Wing, chef's kiss. Iron Flame, like, there was just a lot going on, and I felt like there were a lot of moments that, like, I feel like I should have been shocked or should have been like, wow, but I was like, okay, and so I was a little nervous going into this book, but I loved the pacing. I loved the writing. Zadie Zayden can do no wrong in my eyes. Like, I don't know. I liked the pacing and the adventures a lot. I do find that there were a lot of character names and a lot of things going on in the beginning that I was like, wait, whoa, hold on. But I did still like the story, and the ending had me shook and like flipping pages to look if I missed anything. But I also will say that, like, Fourth Wing, I was like, oh my God, I cannot wait for Iron Flame. After Iron Flame, I was like, I'm excited, but I don't know. Finishing Onyx Storm, I can patiently wait for the next one. I'm not like on the edge of my seat. I still want to know more, but I'm not like to get the next one, if that makes sense. This book was good. The actual book itself is absolutely beautiful. I pre-ordered the like sprayed edge, and this book is absolutely gorgeous. This world is so cool with dragons, hierarchy, fights, war, dragons. Like, this world is so cool. It's kind of like How to Train Your Dragon vibes, and I loved it. And apparently it's going to be a TV show or movie. Either way, I'm going to watch it. Yeah. This was it. So it kind of went like, for me, so we'll see we'll see where it goes when it comes to this series. I really enjoyed Onyx Storm. It was an adventure for sure. And yeah, those were all of my top books. I had an amazing reading month in January, and truly, like, I'm finding my footing when it comes to reading, you know? I've been reading romance, fantasy, graphic novels, thriller, trying new dystopian. Like, look at me go, okay? I'm diving into new worlds. And I love it. I love books. I love sharing my love of books with you guys. So yeah, that is my January wrap up. I will hopefully do these every month to give you guys like a rundown of my month. So hopefully you enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what other videos you guys want to see from me. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video.